Welcome, everybody.
Hey.
We are back for another exclusive, and Jason's being a goofball. That is what the exclusive is about, Jason being goofy.
I hope that didn't show up there. I think I snotted out of my nose. I've got it.
We are keeping that. Yeah. All right, so we wanted to bring to you an E3 exclusive on PlayStation.
PS4, baby.
Bam! If you didn't, and jeez, dude, that hurt my eardrums.
You're okay.
All right, so if you did not check it out, I will have an annotation somewhere around us, someplace, with the Xbox One E3 press conference.
Oh, you're going to put that on there. That's smooth.
Yes.
Sweet.
So now let's go ahead and get started with the PlayStation 1. Hopefully we won't go crazy like I did, or like we did in the Xbox One.
Because
we were supposed to have it 30 minutes, and honestly, it ended up being an hour.
Because we're just not as happy with the Xbox as we are with the PS4.
Right. But
we'll get into more of what is dealing with the PS4.
Yes. So if you want to check that out and see what our gripes and complaints are, and if we feel that it's worth the $4.99 for the Xbox One, check that out.
Check it out.
So with that being said, let's just be honest. I mean, PlayStation, I don't know, the 185,000 people that I've seen on Twitch, I'm pretty sure 184 of them, if I can figure out my numbers today.
I can do math.
I can do anything. So 184,000 of them were waiting for the price and what else of like functionalities that they were going to offer. I'll be honest, I was kind of that way too. Watching all the E3 stuff, I love it. You can only watch so much of it. I could just imagine the people that are there at the press conference going from conference to conference to conference to conference. You have to at least some point have like mind-numbing. I mean, it's just like, oh my God, this is
That's probably why they didn't put in Nintendo.
Yeah.
I want to be more mind-numbing.
But I love it. I mean, it's like I'm a kid in the candy store. It's amazing. I love E3 stuff. So going through, I will tell you, one of the rants that I had with the Xbox was I just felt like I wasn't watching a press conference for Xbox console. I was
snooze fast.
Jeez. I'm boring them. Just like the Sony press conference at the beginning. At the beginning, it was boring.
It was boring.
But I understand what they were doing. But I felt like it was Sony. It was PlayStation. I felt like I was watching something for console as opposed as with the Xbox. It was like, hey, here's gameplay. Hey, here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. Hey, did you get that one? No. Here, how about this one? And this one? And this one?
And whack-a-mole Xbox.
And by the end of it, I was just like, oh my God, I don't remember half the shit I was just watching because I watched 12 games in a row.
Which is...
And they all look good, don't get me wrong. Just like, oh my God. The Killer Instinct was amazing, great functionality. That was how the press conference should have been.
Right.
All right, so PlayStation's, I felt, yes, the beginning was boring, but I felt that they needed to show the functionalities of what the PlayStation 4 was going to do.
But they didn't.
Well, they did. I mean, they showed Movie Unlimited and Music Unlimited, the PS Vita, which is going to be...
Oh, yeah, they did talk about... I forgot about the... all the console... all the pieces of Sony put all together. PS3,
right, and that's what it's supposed to be about.
And 4. Combine those bitches.
Yes. PS3, Vita, PlayStation 4, all going to be one family now, which is awesome. I mean, come on.
Family is great.
Right.
Right.
Utilize all your systems. I mean, you have the PS Network. It works on everything. Granted, yes. Xbox said the same thing. However, PlayStation has been known to be giving free games away. I'm still going to get free games on my PlayStation 3. Yeah. Even if I don't get the PlayStation 4. But if I get the PlayStation 4, I'm going to get on the 3, 4, and Vita.
Yeah.
And it's like,
which is awesome.
I
Which is
mean, why
great.
not?
Now,
Everybody wants games.
I've never see on the PS Network, at the PlayStation Store. If you buy something for Vita now,
right,
and you don't have a Vita, can you play it on the PS3?
No,
I didn't think so.
it's for, but it will say if it's for PS3, Vita, whatever system.
Okay, cool.
Is.
That's cool. That's fine.
Yeah, because there is some games that are both right now. And that was the whole purpose of the Vita.
So the PS4 is like you can play you get them for all three, but you can't play a PS Vita game. Like, say, for instance, they don't have an emulator for the PS Vita on the PS4.
No.
But
here's the thing.
How are you going to play? This is what I don't...
So here's Vita. Vita games are going to be Vita games.
Mm-hmm.
But
PS3 is
PS4 games... they are porting to be able to be played on Vita because they want that functionality of kind of like the Wii
together
in a way, where
or like how Windows 8 and Xbox,
yes,
like the smart glass,
the smart glass.
Okay,
but they take it to the next level, to the Nintendo level, where the Vita is going to play like they showed Batman Origin. They showed some gameplay footage that's going to be on the Vita. That is amazing. I love that about the Wii U. I'm going to love that about the PlayStation 4. I don't understand why Xbox didn't do that, since they're pushing this whole tablet thing now. Why don't they give me the option of porting my games over to the tablet? More than likely because then it kills their sales, I would assume, because a lot of games come out on PC as well.
Right.
But that's understandable. So, with that being said, I think awesome. I have to give PlayStation a thumbs up for that, for pushing the Vita to becoming something that is better, because Vita right now
isn't doing as hot as what
isn't that great. I mean, it's cool. It's got some nice games,
HD games,
but it's just not enough for me to go spend $250 to buy the system.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much more to the PlayStation. The PlayStation, they have said it's not a media center. It's not this. It's not that.
We're here to play games, bitch.
Right. It's a gaming console that, we'll have music on it and we'll have movies, but it's not any different than PlayStation 3. So, and there'll be some apps. You'll have Skype. You'll have this and that. Okay. There you go.
Sold.
Yep. That's it. I mean, which is fine. That is what... And Jason is going to fall asleep on me.
I'm not tired, but my mouth is.
That's what she said.
Oh my god! I can't believe I said that anyway.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so good.
Maybe this helps.
Maybe. So going into it, that's the thing. Like, some people were saying that it's like, Jason really needs to listen more to me.
I'm listening.
I can turn it up if you want me to.
No, I'm good.
Oh, dude. Party foul.
Waking up. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I think our...
Button hook me.
I think our fans are woke up too.
God, I hope so, because for some reason, I'm not tired, but first I'm yawning up a storm. I need to do something. Let's go.
All right. So,
sorry.
What's your thoughts on the PS Vita? Or are you going to buy one?
I'm not buying a PS Vita. No.
I think I might.
I bought a PSP and I ended up selling it. So.
Well, but it was different though, because PSP was a standalone. Now they're making the Vita not a standalone.
Maybe it's because I don't like playing my games on the screen. Like, I play 2 games on the phone,
right?
And they're not even good graphics or anything else. So I'm not gonna sit there and.
But look at it this way.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I think I'm kind of used to it because of the Wii U. So, let's say the wife wants to watch a TV show. You don't want to watch it.
That's completely different. They're gonna do that for the PS Vita.
That's what the Vita's gonna do. So that's why they were showing Batman Origins, because what you do is you just say, okay, I need to leave. So port my game from PS4 to the Vita. So then you can play on the Vita
via your PS4 game.
Yes. Now, I don't think all complete PS4 games are going to be that way, but there's going to be some. They originally wanted the PS3 to be that way.
Yeah.
But not enough titles. The problem is PS3 is so difficult to build games for. Some of those games had taken so long to build, and that was a big thing with the new gen. So I was watching a pre-show. Sorry. A pre-show.
Got football on our mind.
Yeah, I do. Watching. So they had the pre-show, and the pre-show was Sega. Sega was showing this game that they come up with. Mm-hmm. And it is quirky and goofy, like Sonic and whatnot. And they're excited because they're back to that type of development, which is good because that's what not Sonic, but that's what Sega is. Sega is a goofy type company that likes to make fun games.
Right.
So they were talking, and they said that the game, the idea took like 4 weeks. And then when they got the PS4, the game from start to finish took like less than a year to make. Because the system is so much easier to create games for.
Right.
Also, during the press conference, they showed the indie games.
A lot.
Like, there was like, 8 or 10 different companies up there that
they emphasized indie.
Right.
Like no indie games like no other.
Which is fine. I mean, indie games aren't for everybody. I know you're not big on indie games.
There was a couple that I was like, I might just play that. But some of them...
It opens up the door for small companies to have great ideas.
Which is awesome.
That can create something, and it's very easy for them to do it.
Right.
And that's what I like.
And that's cool.
Right.
I'm going to say that's pretty badass.
Right. I love Journey. Journey's a great indie game. I want to see more of that.
Yeah. And
there's a game that I think it's kind of indie. We'll talk about it in a little bit. That I really liked as well. But
okay.
But yeah. So set aside functionality and whatnot, they didn't have to do much for me because it was just like, hey, it's a gaming console. I know this.
Show me games.
Right.
That's all I said.
Right.
And what they did was they showed us games.
And I like the fact that they showed us live games.
Live footage. Well,
from several games.
I'm trying to think of which ones they did.
They did Assassin's Creed, which
I feel bad. I feel bad for Assassin's Creed / whoever presented it because he was sweating his balls off.
Right.
At that. Well, if you didn't watch it, what happens is he gets halfway through the gameplay and the sumbitch freezes.
Not even halfway. Throughout the entire game.
Yeah, it was kind of cut. It was kind of crappy.
Stop,
right at the end, he's just like, okay. Well, I don't know. Well, actually, we don't know if it was the end or not because we don't really see him.
It wasn't because he goes like this. He's standing there and then all of a sudden the next game starts going and he goes like this.
What? Okay.
Like he doesn't know what to do because they weren't planning on having problems.
But you know what though? I would have thought of this. Beta games and games that aren't coming out are gonna have problems.
It's a game in development.
And if people are out there bitching about the gameplay of the Assassin's Creed, which I'm not a big Assassin's Creed fan, never have, never will, really. I don't know why. I mean, it's great storyline and everything else. I do enjoy the fact that you do this whole remembering thing of how your ancestors and blah blah blah. I feel bad for people who are commenting bad about it. I saw a couple of comments on Twitter last night just saying, "Oh, Assassin's Creed's really effed up."
Well,
no, come on.
The ones that I seen,
I'm glad that he actually came out there.
The ones that I seen was, oh, that should have been on Xbox. It wouldn't have had that problem. It was PlayStation, and I'm like, really?
Really?
Okay. Destiny had no problems. Destiny was amazing.
It's not about the console. It's about just what happened. It was a bug. And it happens.
And the game is in development. It's not even finished.
Another thing is probably a lot. What's going to happen in the near future is the next generation games are going to have problems. Just like right now, like Defiance. I was playing with a friend the other day, and we actually had a bug system where we could not join up to play anything. I tried to find him in the player, or he already was a friend, but the friend button was broken. It wasn't even there.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's a bug. They're gonna fix it. I'm not worried about it. You shouldn't have to worry about games. And you know what? I don't know if they lost people because of Assassin's Creed, but you can't rule that out.
No.
Don't rule it out because it's a beta. They're still playing with it.
Right.
But it looked phenomenal. When they're done with that, bam, they're going to have a decent freaking game.
It looked good.
So,
I mean, it looked really good.
Don't blame the console. Don't really blame the console yet because it's not out.
Keep in mind, and you brought up the beta. Keep in mind, and this is the bad thing with the gaming industry right now. People get into betas to see the game. They feel that is their way to see if they want to play it or not. It's a preview.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is where people have lost focus. Betas are not supposed to be sneak peek trailers for you to play the game. They are supposed to be you going there
and utilizing
the tools, helping them make the game better.
Showing, because not every developer sees every bug.
Right, exactly.
Not every code line maker sees each bug that they have out there.
Well,
there's a comma missing or something else. They're not going to notice, and that's why they have that kind of stuff out there. And you know what? I feel sorry for the guy that was standing up there because he was like, okay. But I wonder in his head, he was like, I don't give a shit. I'm out here in front of everybody showing me awesome gameplay. Okay, maybe it might have a little mess up. I'm pretty sure maybe the CEO of whoever's doing that, Ubisoft's developers are probably flipping out because they didn't grab everybody's attention. They're probably pissed off. Don't be pissed off. Honestly, it happens. Shit happens. It's life. Let it go.
Yep. So
I'm glad that they showed us this phenomenal gameplay. Right. It looks awesome. The engine for either the PS4 and the Xbox are phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm loving the graphics. I'm ecstatic to have both of them.
Yep, me too.
That's exactly it. So you know what? Who cares if they showed us gameplay that was broken? I don't care.
Yep.
I still loved it. I thought it was awesome. Even though I'm not even an Assassin's Creed fan.
Yeah.
So, but next, let's talk about other games.
Transistor. Now, Jason didn't. I don't know if he's seen it.
I checked the video. It's you're very small, one-dimensional. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's like dungeon crawler type look. I mean, I think it's by an indie game. This is the one I was talking about. I think it's an indie company that's making it. I like it. I think it's kind of interesting and it's refreshing for something new. And the sword she's got, I think it kind of looked like fun. It looked good.
I cannot believe that I missed that. I didn't even see it. And you said it was on the conference.
Yeah.
Did they talk a lot about it, or did they just go, "Here's a video of this indie game"? Or...
They showed a video of it.
I didn't freaking see it. I don't know why I didn't see it. That's so weird because I paused it and I didn't miss anything. I didn't talk to the kids. I mean, it was time for this. That's crazy that I missed it altogether, but I did see the trailer. Okay, whatever. You know what? Everybody's gonna love. Everybody's gonna hate.
Yep. Okay, so the commercial that they had of the Dark Sorcerer, I thought was hilarious. They didn't even have to, here's the thing. So I thought, oh, this is going to be gameplay footage. It looks kind of cool, and this will be interesting, kind of like a...
It may still be. That's the funny part.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they did...
The guy messed up.
Yeah.
He couldn't say the lines of whatever witchcraftery bullshit he was trying to say. And he's like, crap, or he says something like, God damn it. Or so, I can't remember what he says.
Yeah.
And he's like, can I get the line for it? And he's like, the line is, and then it just took into a commercial, or not a commercial, but like a behind the scenes. And I thought that was phenomenal.
Oh, it was awesome. I love the little goblin guy.
I like when he's like,
is this your first game?
He's like, what did he say? He said something after that. He's like, welcome to hell. That's what he says. And he goes, hey, it's your first game. Yeah, it is. And he's like, well, welcome to hell. Welcome to gameplay hell or something like that. I thought that it looked funny.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Hopefully it's going to be a good game.
Yeah. Witcher 3. Now, I understand this is going to be cross-platform, but
they did show
it looked
awesome.
Good.
It looked good. It really did.
So good. And they said it's the closure. This is it. This is the
third one.
Yeah, it was like a trilogy type game, and
which I know. I didn't even know about the other two.
I seen banners and stuff for it and whatnot, and I just never was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this gameplay footage was like, yeah, I may have to pick me up Witcher 1 and 2 now and try seeing what the hell this
going on about.
Yeah, this all goes together. So I was really excited for that. I loved the whole fighting and all. It kind of gave me that Oblivion, Skyrim type feel, but not. It's not that. But the whole like sword and magic together kind of thing,
right? Which
I love. I think that's awesome. But
yeah, definitely. I think this is everything's starting to run together. So I'm trying to.
Trying to remember. Square Enix showed Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3. How I understand
My kids watched that and they were like, Sora's coming out with a new one. They're like, oh sweet. I'm like, what's his name? But they played both of them. So Ian's like, oh, that's a new key. His sword is a key, right?
Right.
He goes, oh, that's a pretty nice new key. And he's just like glued to the screen. He was loving it. So I know it's going to be a good game.
Yes. That looks awesome. I mean, the president or whatever that did the talking before, they could have done that a little bit better. That was on them, on Square Enix, not on PlayStation. The sound was not as good. And,
oh yeah, they did the recording, and I'm just like
an interview look thing.
You go from doing a killer game to having shit interview, or he's like, well,
but you know what?
He's like, here, just watch the trailer, please.
He didn't even have to say anything. He could have done was showing up with a name tag right here, and it just said like Square Enix and his name, and then he just goes.
Yeah, that's basically what he did anyways, because he sat there and you're just like, this is Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
And then here's something else we're working on. Goodbye. You know, it's like, dude did not show any emotion. Like, no. I love these games. Like, welcome. Well, I'm excited because this game is going to rock.
The Sony.
And then he's like, but he's like, I've been doing this for 15 years. No. 15 different Final Fantasies. I'm done. No, I don't know if he's been there for very long, but
yeah. Well, Sony's president or whatever, CEO or whatever that came out, man, he was excited. He was just like, "This is what we're doing." You couldn't understand him, which is fine.
Is that blonde guy? Do you know that blonde guy that? He was showing the Square Enix. He goes, here's a word from the president of, this is all you heard from him. Yeah. That's all you hear, because you're like, God, get out of the mic and stop clapping. You don't need to be up there clapping. Everybody else is. Right. So he's like, yeah. And you're just like, dude, you didn't have to clap. We understand. I was like, do something else with your hands. Put them in your mouth. I don't care. Shut up.
On them.
Just shut up.
Care.
And I mean, because obviously all the vocals are right at him, so he's got this right here, and he's clapping right here, and you're just like, I mean, even my kids were like looking at me like, really? Seriously? Bad presentation for him. He was up there exciting until that part. That part, I could not see. Right. I'm tired of him
about the
hand clapping.
But
the regular Sony CEO.
He came out and he was just like super excited too, which is good. I like that. I felt that they were energetic, like they were
more energetic, yeah,
happy to be doing what they're doing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, all right. So next,
The Division.
The Division was good.
They had a trailer, and Division's going to be on multiple platforms. Not a big deal,
right?
But man, the talking and talking through the headset towards your other game player, I shouldn't say your AIs that are in the game with you.
Yeah,
was pretty cool. I like that part of the game, and it looks like a killer.
Reminds me of SOCOM, kind of.
Because it's kind of like it's Tom Clancy, and just like that. So anything Tom Clancy makes is pretty much golden to the people who don't, that have to be tactful, that have to be, you do this, you do that, you do that.
Right.
Not people who play like multiplayer / Call of Duty.
No.
Because you can just get in there, bum rush.
Right. Exactly. It's for those people that want that realistic feel of.
And which is awesome because it's tactical. You tell, you're going to be told what to do, and you tell whoever you need to tell what to do, and then go from there. The gameplay looked phenomenal as well, obviously. I think the biggest thing between the Xbox, no, not between, the biggest thing we're talking about is the engines for these game consoles are awesome.
Yes, they are.
Gameplay is going to be 10 times better than what it was. I mean, they're talking about 60 frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, PS3 and the Xbox 360 do not have that.
Right.
Which I never knew because I still, but it's going to be, there's a lot of things being real play time as well.
Right.
So that's pretty badass.
Yes. I mean, and we'll get into that in a little bit. And then our closing, we'll talk about that stuff.
Okay.
So,
The Division, go out there, look at that trailer. It's pretty badass.
That looks good. That looks really good. Mad Max looked pretty sweet, even though it was just like a trailer.
The Kill Me trailer was awesome. He's like, I'm not gonna spend this last bullet I have on you. Sorry,
I need this bullet.
And then he just takes off, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Then he runs him over. Freaking just, I lost. I was laughing so hard at that.
So
I was like,
Mad Max.
Yeah,
though.
That's why I was like, that's exactly what. That's awesome.
I'm excited to see that one's going to be one to keep your eye on to see what stuff they come out with.
If they come out with good stuff, I mean, unless there might be 3 things that is good, and it's just gonna drop because it's a movie. That's you never get. And the good thing about that is they're actually going to show it, but you don't see that a lot these days, especially at E3. You don't see movies. You don't see movies that are going to become games, is what I meant. But this movie was a killer movie back in the 80s. Now they're making a killer game. Maybe it might be time. It might be time to do the movie thing.
I think so. A lot of times they like to run it into the ground and make it right after it or just before it comes out or something.
It comes out.
So you wait 20, 30
Fast
years.
and the Furious 6.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway. But, yeah, I think that would be a pretty good idea. And hopefully, I mean, it probably won't go with the movie at all, which is okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like that too.
But if it doesn't go with the movie, but it has the same qualities as what it's going to, I mean, if it goes, even if his name's still the same name.
Right.
Mad Max. Obviously, his name's going to be Max. I can't remember his name.
I don't remember
I don't know. Maybe he didn't even say it.
I don't know. I have to bust that movie out, though, and find out.
There you go. But good idea. They did a good idea with that. So I'm
sure.
I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that.
Yep. All right. So the last 2 games that I want to bring up.
Let's go Watch Dogs first.
Yep, Watch Dogs.
I think
every time I see something on this game,
it makes you want it even more.
Oh my gosh. It's a game that is going to be so intense. Oh my gosh.
Who doesn't want to do everything from this?
It's like,
who doesn't just want
wait, I'm going to hack it.
Yeah, or I'm going to turn off all the lights here so I can go stealth and kick some ass. Boop. Lights are gone.
Dude.
I would do that. I'd be like, okay, what I'm going to do is girls' restroom. Boop. I'm in it. I'm in there.
I like the fact that they showed so many different aspects to it this time.
Exactly.
So you go in, and that guy was like calling 911 because he noticed.
Yeah.
And he ran out there and just grabbed his phone. So he didn't hack it. He just like grabbed it, threw it on the ground, and broke it.
He's like, no, buddy.
Yeah, and he starts yelling at him.
He's like,
so he takes off running.
He just walks. He walks away on that. He just walks away.
Oh, that's
whatever.
right. Yeah, whatever, dude.
You're done.
And then he hacks into the
webcam?
surveillance cameras, and then helps his buddy out
Of that house.
which is awesome, dude.
I think it was Parker said it was a webcam that he helped in the room.
In the room,
because he was like, he's looking at that old motherboard. I was like,
right.
What is this? He's like, I love you. I'll see you later. Mwah. He puts it on the chair and then leaves.
Right.
I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
I was like, why is he kissing a motherboard? You know, I'm like, oh, this must be something priceless.
Right.
But
he gets into the surveillance outside.
Afterwards, yeah, he's like, I'll move you through. Go now.
Right.
And he moves him through that thing, and he moves the blocks and makes that block like a thing instead of. I thought that was
so. That game is just gonna be, and then he goes running, and then those cops stop him.
Yeah.
And he makes a blackout.
Well,
and then he shoots the knees out of the cops.
Yep.
And then he jumps in the boat and takes off. I was like, oh my gosh.
Was it before that, or was he was in the car, or somebody was chasing? No, that's a totally different game. We need to go to this game real quick. I got to tell you.
No, they were chasing him in that.
No. Need for Speed.
No,
I'm talking about.
I didn't see Need for Speed. I didn't see.
You didn't see the Need for Speed, the new one that's coming out.
Okay.
He's driving away. Well, guess what? Your friend can drop in with a cop car behind you,
nice.
trying to chase you. Not only that, you can, as somebody else, you can put up blockades and stuff. And you got to look at that trailer because And they did it all from a tablet.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Some guy picks up the tablet, and some guy or girl, I can't remember, but they like push down on the helicopter. They see the helicopter. Well, you see this whole downward view of where this guy is getting chased.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're finding it, and you can put up blockades and stuff. And I was like, there's so much shit going on with this. It's so awesome. Yeah, you'll have to check that out. But let's get back to Watch Dogs.
Back to Watch Dogs.
I think they did the same kind of thing. Like there's he gets help from a girl, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember.
I thought he gets help from a girl. You can hear because he blocks. He's driving.
Oh, yeah.
Is he driving through and they block it?
No, he's running.
The poles, or is it the pole? Okay.
And then the poles come up.
Yeah,
and
it's
he
right
didn't
after.
do it.
Yeah, because it was right after. Yeah, because it was right after he helped his friend. He goes, "All right, get in the car and go." And he just starts going because they're swarming in.
Right.
And he starts taking off, and the cars explode or blow up because those posts comes up.
Yep.
That wasn't him. It was some girl or somebody else was messing. I think it was the same kind of deal with like Need for Speed.
It's just gonna be.
There's gonna be a lot of stuff, and
I have not seen anything bad on this game yet.
All right.
Everything I've seen, and then every new thing they bring out, it's like, oh, I want more. I want more. I want more.
You can go into. You were going into. You went into that diner. Did you? I think it was in a diner right before that guy calls 911.
Right.
And you see everything. You're like, hack this, hack that, hack this. I was like, oh man,
I know,
hilarious.
It's for sure a game that is worth purchasing a console for.
Right.
It is
either one. It doesn't
amazing.
matter.
Right. So, all right, last game. Destiny. My God.
It's kind of like Titanfall, the other one. Destiny looks badass. If it isn't just for the guns they have in there, with the upgrades you get, there's not just one or two upgrades. Say a scope or a silencer. No, you've got things that turn your bullets into lightning.
Yes.
And all kinds of stuff, and it just was like
upgrade stuff within the weapon. I mean, and then they go and kill that boss, and his buddy dies, and you can res him, but then he's sitting there and he kills him first, and then he pulls out like fucking magic out of his hand, like he's got the Force. It's like, poof, bitch.
He's like, watch this.
Whoa, where'd that come from? I was like,
this is awesome. My eyes were glued to the TV. My kids were same thing.
Look. Destiny.
The Destiny that Ched never played the Halo games. Remember, he was like, "Gotta check
and
this
what
out."
we seen,
and guess
you
what?
didn't need to know anything about Halo.
Exactly.
The game looks fucking amazing. I love the whole multiplayer part of it. The whole like they
Dropping
did
out of the sky.
the co-op thing at first. It was like, oh, let's go in, let's do this, and we can do these. It kind of like was a dungeon kind of thing, and then we got loot and shit like that. And it's like, oh, hey, let's go check out what's going on outside. Let's go out there. Oh, look,
It's a big thing going on.
everyone else is here. Hey, we've got a party going on.
Party.
Oh shit! Look, there's a group event. Let's go fuck them up. Hey, we got mounts now. It's like, oh my god, there's so much stuff to do. I was just
The funny part is I love those two guys that were at that thing because
yes, they did very
as soon
well.
as he gets his gun and it's called a Thunder Macdonald, and he was like, "Oh, that's cool." He goes, "You're gonna love this game, or you're gonna love this gun." And he's like, "Oh, sweet." And he goes, "I know how much you like sniper rifles." And he pulls it out and it just looks badass sniper rifle. And he goes, "Sweet, I love that. What's it called?" And he goes, "It's called Get Behind Me." I lost it. I was like, "Oh man, just get behind him. He's gonna go and tear shit up."
Yep.
Although-
oh, dude, I just
Man, the guns look fucking phenomenal.
Oh, they do.
Man, I
I
can't wait.
love it. I'm just so I am so happy that I went and pre-ordered that shit. That's all I gotta say. I highly recommend it. If you have not seen that gameplay footage of it,
Check it out.
you have to see it. It is Titanfall was awesome. Destiny was even better. That's all I gotta say. Oh man.
I told Parker, I said that game right there just sold me. I
Oh,
said
yep.
up until then I didn't even think about grabbing two. I was like, you know what? I'll just grab one. My friend will get the other. No, I want both.
Watch Dogs and Destiny. Now understand Destiny is going to be cross-platform. I understand that.
Which is good.
But it sold me on the PlayStation because they had it on the PlayStation. If it was at Xbox, it might have made me a little more persuasive to it. But we're going to go into the closing now. And you're going to find out why.
After these messages.
Yes. No.
If you're having diarrhea.
If you did not see it, $3.99 for the console as opposed as $4.99 for Xbox. Right there, $100 difference. People, you should have seen.
It was more about the other thing.
It was, but there people went crazy in the auditorium,
right.
Which I knew they would. The other thing that people were just super excited for was that PlayStation 4 will support used games.
And they went fucking ballistic.
They went crazy, which is great because
Xbox didn't.
now I can go through, and if I buy a game, just like what they said, as a consumer, I bought the game, I own the content of it, I should be able to do whatever I want to do with it as long as I'm not altering the content, the original content. So if I feel like taking it and turning it into a coaster, I can. If I want to go through and throw it out the window, I can. If I go through and want to give it to my buddy Jason over here, and then my other buddy Dave, and then my other buddy Matt, they all want to play it, I can. I don't have to sit there and worry about paying an extra $5 or $10, which I don't have a problem with. I think developers need their money. But I can go to GameStop now. I can go to Amazon. I can go to multiple companies and be like, hey, I want to buy that used instead of new. Because starting doing these reviews that we've done, there is a lot of games that we've been starting to review that I would be like, yeah, this is a rental type game. I mean, it's fun, but I don't think it's worth $60 for me to buy and sit on when I only put 10 hours into it.
Right.
So, and renting it, you can easily go through and get your 10-hour, 12 hours done if you really focus and take a couple days off and you really want to play the game. BioShock Infinite, prime example, phenomenal game, well worth playing it. Some people really like buying it. I bought it. I think it's a good game that you could go through and rent, take a couple days off, and knock it out, and you would be happy with yourself.
Exactly.
And I just Xbox not allowing us. I mean, the thing is they've shut down so much stuff. You can't rent an Xbox One game. You can't go through and borrow it from a friend unless if you only do it once. You can't buy it used unless if it was only purchased once. You have to go through and be online with the Xbox. PlayStation you don't, which I'm super excited about.
So are they.
They pressed on that. PlayStation 4 is going to be a standalone console. It is going to be a gaming console. You do not need to check in. You don't need to worry about if so-and-so is on or whatever. If your internet goes down, which it has for me at like 2 o'clock in the morning because they're doing maintenance, you want to talk about somebody who gets pissed off. I don't know how many times, I don't know how many times that I've gone through and Jason's sleeping on the mic that I was raiding in World of Warcraft and my fucking internet goes down. And you don't want to talk about somebody that is ticked. It's not going to be any different with your Xbox.
It's not going to be any different from your PlayStation as well.
Well, that's
because
just it.
If you got, I mean, you can solo play a game.
Right.
You can't local play a game without internet anyways. You can't play with your friends unless you have internet anyways. So
true. That's not what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is this. So
yeah, I was like, where the hell are you going with this?
I lose my internet with WoW.
Uh-huh.
The thing that I did was I would jump on my Xbox to play. Well, let's just take this for example. I don't keep my Xbox on all the time. I only turn it on when I want to play. Well, what about if I didn't play for a couple days? I'm supposed to do my daily checkup. So I'm getting on to play because my internet's down because I can't play my MMO. I can't play now because I didn't check in.
Yeah, what's this whole check-in thing?
You have to check in every 24 hours with the Xbox. If you don't, the Xbox does not work for gaming.
I've heard that before, but seriously?
Right.
Seriously.
That's what I don't like.
What the hell happens if you don't? What the hell happens if you go on vacation? No, seriously, there's got to be something.
That is exactly what they said.
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
That's why people are in the uproar about it.
Seriously?
Yes.
They can't. No.
So
I'm going to say right now.
I'm going to say
right now they're kiboshing that. They have to kibosh that.
No, because it was supposed to be online all the time.
Yeah. You
couldn't do nothing. And then they were like, oh, those were just rumors. That wasn't actually what's going to happen. Ha ha, just kidding. But you know what? You do have to check in every 24 hours. If you watched the press conference of PlayStation, they said it in it. That was one of the burns. That PlayStation just like kind of went, there you go. There's another one on our little checklist we get to get you on. Because you have to check in every 24 hours.
Okay, what is the stipulation if you don't check in? I know that you can't play the game, but you can't play the Xbox. But for how long? Ever?
Until it checks in.
Oh, okay. So you have to check in. So
as soon as your internet's back up, you got to turn your Xbox on, then it's going to check in.
It's just going to check in. Well,
that's what I'm saying, dude.
It doesn't seem like, I mean,
I would assume at some point they're going to change that. They'll probably make it a week or something. But the reason behind it, their theory, is because of the media center. They want the internet connected so then they can keep up with like your guide and your stuff like that for the TV portion of it, because your digital box is always on. Even when you shut it off, it's still connected through the cable box, the cable company. So it's still refreshing itself. It still does updates and stuff. So that's their theory behind it, is that they have to have the updates all the time to make sure that they're keeping up to date with the guide and things like that.
Isn't that kind of what PS3 is doing? Do you ever notice that how like you go to turn it on and it's got that update screen for all the games that it's updated?
Right.
It's kind of like that is what they're
kind of.
Except for, like you said, it won't work unless.
But see, PlayStation 3 will still work.
Yeah, right. I know, but see, that just doesn't make. That would not make if I was over at Xbox, that does not make any sense.
Well, in their mind, it does, because it's supposed to be an all-in-one machine.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. Even if, I mean, I could see. You know what?
Well,
like
you know
a
what?
digital thing.
We'll look at in a couple days. We'll look at doing a comparison.
Wow.
A rant on the Xbox PlayStation thing.
Right.
So this is supposed to be for PlayStation.
For games.
This is E3 PlayStation.
So Destiny is
amazing, well worth
badass.
it. Yes.
Watch that trailer if you can, or if you can watch that conference part of the trailer.
So with that being said,
awesome.
You can use games. The console is $399.
$399.
That right there, I think, sold just about everybody on PlayStation 4.
Right.
I don't know how many different chats I've seen in Twitch that people were like, "Rest in peace, Microsoft."
Right.
I mean, and to be honest,
this
will not kill Microsoft if they put their foot down and say, "Nope, this has to be done." And people are just like, "Okay, fine, I'll just buy a PlayStation 4." They're going to be still okay with it because Microsoft is such a big company that they can take it.
They can do that.
They can take it.
But just like everything else, something doesn't work. Look at Windows. I'm just going to say, look at Windows. You got Vista doesn't work very well. Me doesn't work.
Me's another one.
But as you know, it went every other year.
Yep.
They made it good. So
recently they've been doing
Windows
decent,
7, Windows 8 is all for tablets. Have you noticed? Because it's all touch. Windows 7, Windows 8, people are already bitching about it. Not as bad as they were bitching about it with Vista, but it's not Windows 7.
Yeah, Windows 7
So it went every other year. They might just have one of those years where it's not so great, but next year it'll come out and they'll do something to make it better. And that's what I like about Windows. That's what I like about Microsoft.
Right.
They will make it better. I can guarantee that one.
Yeah, and they may run back and just say, "Well, we made a bad decision, so let's just fix it. Give what the people want." But here's the thing: is it going to be too late? I mean, a lot of people are already.
No, hell no. I don't think it'll be too late. If you fix what they need to fix, I swear to you, before that, they will get their rise back up. I mean, because honestly, look at the exclusive games between the two of them. Not many exclusives. That are top dollar ones.
No,
but they do have Destiny's right up there with Titanfall.
Well, but Destiny is going to be cross-platform.
Yeah, so
that's just it. So many games are. Granted, Xbox has more exclusives.
Watch Dogs.
Or at least what we've seen.
Let's go. Watch Dogs against Titanfall.
No.
That's the only two I can think of. Oh, maybe I'm sorry, Metal Gear, but that's going to be cross as well.
Yep. So here's the thing: you got Watch Dogs. Let me do this right here. Watch Dogs.
You're like,
I'm trying to get it in the camera. Watch Dogs.
You look at the camera, then do it, because look, I did it right away.
And Xbox is exclusives. That's all I have to say.
Well, true. Kinda.
Watch Dog, come on. I mean, Rise looked good. Don't get me wrong on that. Rise looked good.
Rise is really okay. Okay, maybe this Watch Dogs Rise.
But the thing is Titanfall I can buy on PC, so I don't need the Xbox One. No, you can only buy on
Windows 8. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I can upgrade my Windows 7 to a Windows 8.
I don't want to. Not yet, anyway.
If I want Titanfall that bad, it is way cheaper for me to upgrade to Windows 8 and then get it as opposed as buying Xbox
One.
An
Xbox One. I'm talking buying an Xbox One, and then I'm like,
right.
Dude, isn't it like $100 to
get
Windows 8?
2 games out of the entire thing. Halo would be a third, but not even that. So yeah, it'd be 2 games: Halo and Rise. Out of all the exclusives,
or Metal,
and 3. Quantum Break.
Quantum Break. Okay.
Quantum Break. Those 3.
We just keep going. Okay, 4.
But I will tell
Okay,
you
5
that
of
is
them.
not enough for me to buy that console. It's just not. They have to come out with way more.
Like, I don't know. I see what you're talking about, but the exclusives for PlayStation
Because you gotta
4?
think, I'm gonna buy a PlayStation 4.
What exclusives? Dark Sorcerer? Is that going to be an exclusive?
That's PlayStation 4.
Just exclusive.
Yeah. So, but we don't know what that's going to be.
You can't really tell off of the thing.
Right.
The Division. That's going to be both.
That's cross-platform.
I'm trying to think of the games right now that are just making me want, except for Destiny. Destiny is probably the only one I would actually buy that for. Although I can still get it
PlayStation
for
4?
I can still get it for Xbox. This is where we're going
But
with
see,
it. It's
here's
going
the
back
thing.
and forth.
So here's the thing. I understand
Back and
that
forth,
you're
back and
wanting
forth,
to
back and
save
forth.
money to buy both, but
Yeah.
not everyone is going to do that.
No, I know that. I know
You're-
that.
Majority of your people are going to be like, I can only afford one.
Right.
So with that being said,
That's why they wait. They didn't say you had to buy it tomorrow. That's what I'm saying.
well, I know, but look at it this way. It took us how long to buy our PlayStation 3? We went
Because
through
we didn't
3
want to.
Xbox 360s.
I didn't want to. For the longest time, the only thing was God of War.
Right.
And then I got it, and I still don't play it as much.
Right. But I play
Because-
PlayStation over
because
my Xbox.
I'm not saying I'm a pro at it, but I play the shit out of some Call of Duty.
Right.
Well, if you want to play competition, where do you go?
Well, yeah, because it's Xbox. I
Uh-huh.
mean, but I'll tell you, the way it sounds, I don't know if those Xbox people are going to follow the Xbox.
You never know. That's the only
Some
thing.
of them may,
Yeah.
but
I don't. I think they're always going to have, because they've always got the first exclusive content. You have
They
to wait
do.
3
But
weeks, 2 weeks. for the other
again,
ones?
why would you spend $500 for that? So you get the content a month earlier?
You get that's the media center part of it. That's where we already talked about.
But that's
media
just
center.
it. You
It's
have to still
it's
pay
$1.
$500
It's
more.
$100.
I mean, you have to pay $500 for it.
You pay $100 more than what you're paying for a game console. If they, like I said, the
Right.
media center, you got rid of the media center. If it's the only thing it's to connect. $100. That's what it used to be, even for when it first came out.
Right.
$150 for the Connect.
Right.
That's I'm not talking about all the games or nothing. Here's the thing. You have $100 extra because you have the media center.
Right.
That makes sense. I
It
understand.
does. But I don't want to spend the extra $100
You don't
media
want
center.
the media center
Right.
at all.
To me, I'm buying a gaming console. If I was buying a media
So am
center,
I. So would
I would be
Apparently.
buying a computer and putting it on my TV.
Right.
If I wanted a media center.
If you wanted a media center.
So that right there tells me, it's like, okay, why do I want to buy an Xbox One when there's a bunch of stipulations to it? I can't have used games.
Those used ones, like I said, that's the two things. If they were to fix that,
But at this point, they have not talked about
no,
it, so we
it's
can't.
Obviously not.
We can't think that they're going to. They
Wish
may
they
just be like, we can't. It has to have this functionality.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, well, which one do I like the most? It truly comes down to, for next gen, it's going to come down to not even exclusives anymore, I don't think. It is, what do you want in your box? I know, I
know
said
what
it.
she wants.
But really, what do you want sitting underneath your TV? Do you want
My cat.
the media center that is going to give you everything, but has some stipulations? Or do you want a game console that is going to be just like all the other game consoles, but with better graphics? Because PlayStation 4 gives you all the same functionality that you are used to. Like I said, used games, being able to the nice thing is they added the cross chat now. So it's because it's Skype.
Finally.
So now you can use Skype.
Finally.
To be honest,
had
that
some
is the
troubles.
only thing that I had issues with on the PlayStation 3.
I don't.
There was really nothing else that I had problems with. I just wanted to be able to talk to my friends while I played a different game.
Right.
They fixed that.
As they played.
I'm okay with it. That's great. That sold me. And being able to buy used games just added to it. And
Yeah, the whole
being $100 less.
Yeah, everybody keeps going back to the price. The price is,
but it's still
PS3.
$100 less. That's
the
still
PS3
a
is
lot
not
of,
a media center. Does not have that extra ability. That's the thing, though. I understand the whole thing of not use games. Yes, they need to fix that. That's horrid.
right.
That and that other thing we were talking about, I can't even remember now.
The check-in.
Be online. Be online check-in. Horrid. They need to fix that. Other than that, why not $100 extra for media center?
Because I don't have $100 extra. I'd rather take that $100 and buy a game.
Okay, you're going to end up probably
because look at it this way,
the same thing.
It's not going to be $500. It's going to be $600 by the time you're done buying a game and
a game.
Right.
If you buy one game, but you're going to buy
several. 2 or 3. So for me, buying, I can spend $600 and buy the PlayStation 3 and 2 or 3 games. The Xbox for $600, I can buy the Xbox and 1 game. What are you going to have more fun with?
Depends on the game. It's all about the game.
But here's the thing. Unless if you're buying Rise or
Watch Dogs.
No, if you're buying Rise or Halo, there isn't anything else that the PlayStation can't get or that you can't get on your PC.
Okay, then talk about the ones for PlayStation 4. What games can you get just on the PlayStation 4? Watch Dogs.
Yeah, Watch Dogs. And all the indie games, but I mean...
Well, I'm pretty sure they're going to have indie games on...
So you're...
Not as much, obviously not as much as PS4.
What we've seen exclusive for PlayStation was 1.
It goes back and forth. That's the bad thing. Because I want to buy both of them. You are exclusive. You only want to buy the PS4, and because it's a cheaper price. And the check-in...
Right.
The crap shit that I've already talked about.
Right.
So it just goes back and forth, and I love the fact that it does that. It's so close.
It's not, though. That's the thing.
In your eyes, it's not that close, but it is.
Because if I was going to buy the Media Center, then I wouldn't even look at PlayStation. There's not enough for me to say...
You would just buy the Media Center. The Media Center is a part of the gaming part.
I know. Though that's what I'm saying, though. If I look and I say, okay, if I want the console that has the Media Center in it, okay, I'm not even going to mess with PlayStation. PlayStation does not have enough for me to go, I need to buy both.
Right.
There's just not. There's too many games that are cross-platform that I don't have to have both systems.
But you don't need a Media Center, too. That's
right.
That's what you're saying.
For me, looking at it, which I hate to say, that is why there is such a big influence now on the PlayStation 4, because majority of the people playing games don't want
the other thing.
The Media Center. They're like, give me a bundle that has nothing to do with the Media Center, or just I can add on to it later. That's the thing. They needed to market it as a add-on functionality.
That's another thing they could have done, yes.
But definitely. Microsoft is not. It's $4.99. That's it. We are coming out with one. There's not even an upgrade in hard drive. There's not an upgrade to anything. Now, PlayStation hasn't said if they're going to go past that, but they're starting out at $3.99, which is supposed to be comparable to basically what the Xbox would be without the Kinect and all that other stuff. Great. I go Microsoft on trying to do this. That's fine. But you got to listen to your people. You got to listen to... Sony has ran into that.
They already did. They already messed up.
Their gaming past has shown that they've made mistakes.
So they're thinking about
You got Star Wars Galaxies, if you've ever seen that, prime example, didn't listen to their community.
Shut the
The
fucker
community
down.
Told them, you know what? You're going to do this? We're going to leave. And they're like, nah, we're a big company. We can handle this. People will stay and spend money. They go from 500,000 people to 30,000 within days of doing this to themselves. Yeah. Then they go into the PlayStation 3. They didn't see that big of a benefit. People didn't, so not a lot of people bought it. A lot of your Sony fanboys did, but most people waited on buying the PlayStation 3 until it came down in price, or when they needed to replace their Blu-ray player. A lot of people went with the Xbox 360. I think Microsoft is thinking that people are going to follow them, which there will be some. But then they're just like, well, if you don't like it, there is another console you can buy. Which, okay, fine, I'll buy it. But, you're not giving me any reason to purchase yours. Yes, Multimedia Center is cool. It's awesome. I can put my fantasy football league on the side of my screen and watch my games and stuff. That's awesome. I mean, I'm not discounting that whatsoever. I just don't think, for me, it's worth $100 more for me to buy the exact same thing that I can buy for $399. Except I gain a couple exclusives.
You just went around. Woo! Okay. You just went all the way around that, and you still just said the same thing that I was talking about. It's the exact same thing. You just told me it wasn't the same thing.
It's a gaming console, yes. Mm-hmm. Minus the media center. Mm-hmm. And that's what I was saying. Yes,
but it's not the same.
Great.
But it's not the same.
The fantasy, whatever, is all great.
That's a media thing.
Yes. Gaming console-wise, yes, it is the same. Gaming console, except for the exclusives. But why are you going to spend $100 more for the same thing? It's like, here.
It's not the same thing. It is, but it isn't. I understand what you're saying.
It is, though.
If you were just to not buy the Kinect/Media Center.
But you can't. We can't say that because you can't. There is no... I think that's where I'm coming from. Would be nice, but they've made it very clear you cannot do it.
Right.
So there you go.
You're not going to spend for the media player.
Again,
media center.
Right. It's Microsoft saying you're going to like it or not. And if you don't, then go buy the gaming console.
Yeah. So essentially, when it comes down to the games, same.
Yes, it's the same. It's the same box. Mm-hmm. I mean, really, the stats are
and that's why I like
identical.
Both. And honestly, after I've watched not only the exclusives, I'm not gonna buy both, but it's gonna be hard to see which one I do not buy. And
Xbox has some cool functionalities with Twitch, but you know what? I own a game capture card already. I can do it already.
Spent $100 and some odd on it.
Right.
Get that part out there.
Right, exactly. But I already own it.
You had the option to pay it, is what you're looking at.
Right, exactly. I had the option to go through. And here's the thing. I know that my game capture card is a rock star. The thing works phenomenal. I don't know if Xbox One is going to be or not. They showed some cool stuff, but I don't know. And it might be to the point where it's like, okay, it's okay, but I want to add a webcam to it. Can you do that? We don't know. They haven't shown us. So,
well, it is
if that's the case,
but the Kinect is connected, so
I
wonder if they do. I mean, they might do it. They might be pretty cool.
But I'm thinking it's going to be just like your Roxio or Elgato or any of those game capture cards software. That's what it looked like to me. So you can't add that into those. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't surprise me that they're going to keep it that way.
So essentially, it's coming down to options.
It is. Well, options and...
for you to not get the Xbox One, you don't have the option to just buy the $399 gaming part.
There's a whole lot of there's more than that.
The two other things that are really horrible.
Right.
That is horrible. And like I said, they have to fix that to some extent. I mean, understandable. I'm not worried about it because I'm not the one that's going to be, I'll check in just like it does now. I mean, I play multiplayer games, so I'm always online.
Right.
So it's not a big deal to me, but I understand it. The community is not just multiplayer. So I'm not worried about it, but I am for other people.
Exactly.
So
because there's times that I don't turn it on for a week.
So the check-in part, yeah, exactly. And this, all it does is you pop in and you're logged in.
Well, I'm assuming it will go through its downloads and crap, just like it does now.
Yeah.
But
so
I mean, it's not going to be much different.
It's not a big deal, but it is to the community. I understand that why people are fighting over it.
Well, because if you don't have internet.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't have internet.
Like,
okay,
my brother,
we're going in circle.
Example.
Yeah, we're going in circle
right.
again. But yes, essentially, when it comes down to it, it's all about the options. And the only thing you want is the gaming console, and I can see that. And I can see why I would buy a PlayStation 4. And I can see the reason why I would buy a Sony. And
you mean a Microsoft?
Yeah, a Microsoft Xbox.
Right.
See, but in my eyes, it's about the same.
Except
for the price. I understand that there's $100 more.
Right.
And right now, obviously, I can't afford that. Nobody really can afford that. And I'm pretty sure, well, there's probably people out there that already went and purchased it, obviously, pre-ordered the whole thing, which is okay, whatever. But for gaming system by itself, hands down, there is no differential.
Right.
That's why I like both of them. Watch Dogs on PlayStation 4, beautiful game.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think of the
Rise and Quantum Break.
Supposedly, so far, we don't know if they're gonna cross-rank.
Right.
Great. Forza, whatever. I'm not big in the racing. I do a couple of racing games, but like I said, everything's cross. Everything's going to each one, so it's not like I am a fanboy of each.
Right.
I like both of them. I like PC games. So hell, we got to throw in Ouya for the. I mean, Ouya is going to be a great console just to play those little games, Android games, whatever. So, in my eyes, whatever.
Yeah, I think PlayStation 4 by far. Because of the options.
The options, yes, definitely. I can understand that too, and that makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense that they wanted to create something bigger and better than PlayStation 4, which obviously it's gonna be a little bit more because they have this media center attached to it.
Right.
Okay, like I said, they added something on there.
Yeah, they wanted to make themselves different.
Who knows if it's gonna break? Who knows if it's gonna actually do well? Obviously, we already know the community loves the PS4. Yeah. Why? Because they get on just to play games.
Right, they're getting their gaming console. So,
but I tell you what, though, I mean, both of those consoles, excellent.
Yeah.
What happened when we first? I mean, do you remember when the Xbox and the PlayStation 3 came out? What did you want more? The PlayStation 3.
I wanted a PlayStation because I own a PlayStation 2.
Exactly.
But I didn't because of the price.
Nobody really. I didn't even get an Xbox until 2 years afterwards.
And to be totally honest, I went with an Xbox because of the price.
It was cheaper. Yeah, there you go. Chad's a cheapskate. No, actually, you know what?
I mean, most people, that's why they went with it.
Exactly.
And I understood why PlayStation 3 was more expensive because it had the Blu-ray.
Blu-ray, yeah.
It makes sense. I didn't discount them at all for that.
And see, you're not discount, just like I'm not discounting the $100 extra for that.
Like I said, Xbox go to town. I mean, do what you're trying to do.
Yep.
Fine.
See what happens. Cool. See what happens. And honestly, it's a great idea.
It is. I think having a media center in your living room is an awesome idea. Just not for me.
Yeah.
At least not right now. Right. Maybe in a year or two.
After we figure out if they can sort out their two little bugs that they're really having troubles with.
And you never know. They may not. But
one of them's not even a moot conversation for either one of us. We could be online.
Right. Right. I'm always online.
Right. We could be online.
But there is times that I'm not. I mean, there is times that my PlayStation, I haven't turned it on since I did my review, last review.
But how many games do you play offline? Are they actually offline? Are the games offline when you play them?
Yeah, you play. I mean,
like your
when
gameplay,
all my
like your first
reviews,
impressions.
Yeah, they're all offline.
Okay, that's what I thought. Well,
Grid 2 wasn't. Grid
but
2
you're
was
still
online.
But the bad thing is, you're still online. That's the thing.
But
In the background,
I can play those games not
Right,
being on.
exactly.
Like if I unplugged, like
So if-
right now,
so if-
actually, my PlayStation is not even hooked up to the internet.
right, and you're not gonna have a problem with it because you'll
Right.
right.
Because I can just throw in Final Fantasy 13 and
So
play it if I
hopefully,
want to.
so hopefully they do some. If they don't, I'm seeing a lot of changes in their. Hopefully in their.
Maybe.
Hopefully, I'm just saying hopefully.
They're saying that they have to have the functionality for the media, which okay, I mean that's fine. But again, that comes back to what do people want, and not a lot of people are wanting the media. So
Yep,
it was a cool presentation. Was like, oh my god, look at this, look at what this thing can do. But then it was kind of like people were like, but don't know if that's what I want though.
Apparently it's not about presentations. Obviously,
It's not,
because look at what happened.
PlayStation's presentation really wasn't that spectacular.
It was junk. It was kind of like slow, and they didn't go look at what we can do.
Well, and then
they just had games.
Assassin's Creed that had some issues and stuff
Well,
like that, and people were just kind of like, But
So
then as soon as they said we support used games, it was like they didn't care. It was like I could care two shits about what the hell just happened in the last 2 hours.
I just don't understand why Xbox is doing that. They're like, nope, forget you guys. Nope.
Because they have this idea, and that's what they want to
emphasize. Do you ever think
on.
they heard a rumor that they were like, Xbox is talking with PlayStation and going, hey, are you guys doing used games? And they're like, no, we're not going to do them at all. No.
Well, see, here's the thing. There was so many rumors that PlayStation 4 was going to be a hard drive only. Yeah. There was going to be no drive. And then, that was still up in the air up until not very,
here's the cloud.
because they wanted to push the cloud. And then people were like, they're going to make us install games and they're not going to let us have used games and stuff. And I'm pretty sure Microsoft was like, we're going to do the same thing. Yeah. And so then they went through and they were the first ones, and this is what the Xbox One is, and we're not gonna do all this stuff, and then PlayStation is like,
whoops,
all right, joke on you.
Yeah, right.
We got you. All right, you hook,
line, and sinker.
Gotcha. And it very well could have been. I mean, that might have been PlayStation, Sony's whole thought process of doing the whole glimpse of it, getting people a little hyped up.
Not really.
And then and then Microsoft just kind of took the bait.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been. It very well could have been what.
And got rid of, could have been.
Because if you remember in the Xbox One presentation, they didn't say anything about live streaming. And everybody was just like, oh, PlayStation 4 is they're talking about having live streaming, but Xbox didn't say anything. Nothing. And then did you notice
Twitch.
How much they pushed our partnership with Twitch? We're going to be pushing Twitch. This is what we're doing with Twitch. And it's like,
I wonder if it was or if it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Well, I wonder if they were in partnership, like they were trying to figure out or maybe getting it all finalized. And they just couldn't say anything until it was. And that's business. You just can't.
Right.
But, all right. We went way off the rail on this one.
I know.
This was really only supposed to be 30 minutes, and we are at 1 hour and 15.
Again. Okay.
All right.
Let's get the hell out.
All right, guys. My vote, PlayStation 4. Jason.
Both.
Jason's still on both.
I'm going to go say both.
I'd like to know down below what your thoughts are. Check us out on Twitter, nonelites.com, and Facebook. And don't forget our Tumblr.
Did you put Tumblr up there?
No.
Damn you, Chad.
I know.
Oh, well.
All right. See you guys later.
Peace.